Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Monday, the 4th of April, comes to you from London. And a lot of green on the screen this morning, so markets taking things in their stride. We are just seeing here that I did a stock market seasonality, and April is traditionally quite a good month for stocks. We saw a year ago it was a good month, and 2 years ago, off the bottom of the pandemic, it was very good. So that are the two extremes. The last 2 years, April has been very good, but over 20 years, slightly ahead of flat. So on average, April's quite a good month for stocks. May is less good, of course, with the old sell in May and go away adage. So looking at the markets generally, we've got the S&P 500 index. Remembering, that was the S&P 500 index, and we'll start with that. So we see here that the market has work to do to get back above the cloud on the daily chart. So we are seeing still downside targets of around 20%. Despite this recovery, what we have to watch for is the lower high, lower low scenario. And it's a little bit more complex because we did actually have this high. We've gone higher than that high, but we need to get higher than the previous high, of course, and we did go lower. So the pattern is a bit unclear at the moment, but we are below the cloud still with that downside target, so we need to be aware of that. Just looking at the currencies, the dollar is recovering a bit this morning, still long-term bullish. The yen is really falling away against the dollar on that longer term chart, so we need to be aware of that. We are seeing this morning sterling fighting back against the euro, so back into short-term bullish territory there. Bitcoin sitting steady at $46,000, but increasingly looking like it found support on the cloud here and bullish on all three time frames at the moment. The Nasdaq, similar to the S&P, we've still got to get back above the cloud there. We've got the futures up very slightly this morning. The VIX volatility is sitting above 20, so we are just seeing the market still a little bit fearful. Looking at the Ftse future in the UK, we're up 0.25% there. And the cash market in Germany down very slightly. Germany still has to get back above this 15,000 level to be bullish. So, and really that looks set to be a resistance level. Asia was pretty strong all around. We had the Hang Seng up 2%, and the Sensex in India up 2% as well. So the market there actually recovering back into short-term bullish territory. So India looking better than it has. And the Aussie market, the resource-laden index there, also higher. Still the only market that hasn't activated its downside target. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute. We've got commodities up this morning. Wheat is up 1.7%. Corn is up 1.4%. So these spike highs, we've damped from those levels, but the reality is we are still at very historically high levels. Gold sitting at 1926, little change there. Silver is up slightly. Palladium, of which Russia is a big producer, is actually pushing higher, up 2%. And if we look at US 10-year yields, sitting at 2.4%, not a great change there, but still looking very bullish, of course. The energy mix this morning, we've got Brent crude. In fact, I've got this chart here, which is Dutch gas, UK gas, so this is the TTF MBP spread, if you like, and we are just seeing how that is gradually increasing from very little difference to now quite a big arbitrage potential there. So it's interesting to see how that spread is increasing. Looking at, and I posted that on LinkedIn this morning. Of course, we put our report out to clients this morning. We were neutral on Brent crude. It was up when we reported, but we've since seen a big fall candle there. It'd be very interesting to see whether we break this triangle. We're right on support at the moment, so that will be an interesting one to watch. US nat gas is looking bullish. It's up 0.5% this morning. We've got good upside targets, so US nat gas looking quite strong. Coal is also higher. 157 is the point on coal that we need to see, so that's quite key as well. Emissions are up slightly this morning, but really just struggling in the 70s here. here, and we see that very much on this 60-minute chart as well, so that's quite key too. MBP down 7% now, and we can see the difference. MBP's down 7%, but TTF is actually only down 4%. But we are just testing this cloud, and it'd be quite interesting to see whether, if we make new lows, of course, all bets are off, and we do have some downside targets, so we need to be aware of that. German power is down slightly, but that chart still looks very, very strong indeed. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.